There were 40 children living full-time at a Tucson shelter, 4 of them infants in baby beds, victims of child abuse and neglect. Now, Kristi's kids wanted to know, why aren't these kids in foster care? Why are little babies being kept in a shelter indefinitely? It's my Kristi's Kids investigation.
Do it as a team. Here you go. One more.
The car's packed.
Last thing we have to do is ice chest with ice.
Norma Cota and her kids are going camping for the weekend.
I'm not gonna do it.
3 of the kids are relatives who fell into the child welfare system.
And we're done and we're ready to go. Me being a single person by myself, I had the home to bring them in, so that's why I did it.
Norma fostered and then adopted 2 of the 3 siblings through Devereaux, Arizona foster care.
Send this one on top.
Back then, they were 3, 2, and 8 months old.
Watch your head.
Separating them wasn't an option.
They cannot be split up. I'm going to take them all. Mom, there's 4.
Norma's still fostering the 3rd child and opened her home for 1 more whom she eventually adopted. So that's 4 kids, 3 adopted, 1 fostered.
Sure.
Not all babies are lucky enough to find a home like Norma's. It's a common cry at Casa de los Niños, where Kristi's Kids has learned dozens of babies have been placed by the state. Nearly all of the kids here are victims of neglect, poverty, or substance abuse. Almost half of all the kids removed from their parents are 0 to 5 years old. The state likes to keep siblings together.
There are thousands of babies out there that can't live at home for whatever reason, and they have nowhere to go. They have no other home to go to.
Nikki Fellner fosters infants only, up to 18 months, also through Devereaux. She can't have children of her own, but finds fostering babies is very rewarding. Her partner lives out of state.
And it's hard to do with one, and I couldn't even imagine trying to do it with more than one.
Nikki's second placement was a 15-month-old she had for 2 days. Part of a sibling group, Nikki could only take the baby.
If there were more foster homes out there, especially ones willing to take sibling groups, they may be able to stay together more often.
Being removed from their home was traumatic enough. But then to be separated from their siblings, the only family they know, adds an additional trauma to those young children.
Susie Hune runs Casa de los Niños. She and other experts say some parents don't want to foster babies. Some aren't licensed for multiple siblings or medically fragile children. It all factors in. To keep brothers and sisters together, it often takes a crisis shelter, like Casa de los Niños. The numbers fluctuate, but right now in Pima County, there are about 3,700 foster children and only about 700 foster homes. Also, Kristi's Kids has learned when there aren't enough beds, children are still being moved to places like Maricopa County and Sierra Vista, and that makes reunification extremely difficult.
We have 5 times as many kids as we have homes.
Mindy Green is a foster care coordinator with Devereaux. She says not everyone can be a foster parent. There's a thorough process, paperwork, and classes. Foster parents need to follow through.
We want to make sure that the families that are choosing to foster are the right families for the children that are coming into care.
Ultimately,
the biggest challenge we're facing right now isn't the actual process itself of getting licensed, it's the lack of foster homes.
Foster homes of all kinds, like Nikki's and Norma's, constantly few and far between. So, crisis shelters keep working to fill the gaps, and kids wait for someone like you. Right now, Nikki's crib is filled. In fact, Devereaux says none of its clients have open foster beds at this time. Really big need is for emergency foster homes, people who can take kids at a moment's notice, but you have to be licensed for that. If you'd like to learn more about becoming a foster or adoptive parent, we have a link on the Kristi's Kids page at KVOA.com.